I'll just when I went to the profile of our participants here, one interesting movie which most of them have seen and enjoyed is the Three Idiots. Sadish, Three Idiots. Here we have a person who was not at all an idiot when he was in the class. See, friends, I will tell you, Haseeb is my classmate. Was my classmate at the engineering college, government engineering college, Thrissur, way back in early 90s. So, chemical engineering. Then Sadish also we were of the same batch. So Haseeb is very well known to us from that time. But why I referred to Three Idiots is because most of them who have seen that must have that character of which played by Madhavan, who was he's a very passionate photographer. He wants to be into photography, but the trend is at that time, in our times, everybody wants to go into engineering and medicine or something. That was so. Naturally, his family also pressurized him to go into engineering. A very adamant father he has, not Haseeb, that character. And once Amir Khan goes to his house and finds him so passionate about photography, and the story changes. So here we have Haseeb, but I'll tell you, he was not like Madhavan for engineering. He was the most among the top 5 best students of our batch. I would say top 5. Who was very well versed in engineering, chemical engineering, much beyond the books, everything. Naturally, he was a person at that time, not like today. We had no campus interview, etc. But only one company or 2 companies came. He naturally went into the first company itself. From there, he started his chemical engineering career. Chemical engineer, brilliant person who is now in the Gulf, but off late, just for 3, 4, 5 years. He'll tell you the details. He has rediscovered his passion. He is so well versed in his job, so he has nothing to worry about. For him, one day's job maybe take some 10 minutes, he can finish his job. Then he is totally into every time he is in one part of the world or the other into wildlife. He does presentations in our classmates WhatsApp groups. He gives presentation how he does this. Everybody is so passionate, and we are all proud of Haseeb. So he will take you through this session. We are fortunate to have him. Why he is so important is, see, he is like we all who are maybe thinking of a career, but our passion is, we must have not yet discovered our passion. We may discover it in the after say maybe. So there is no age. We say age is not a number. Age is just merely a number. That is very true in case of Haseeb. See, at this age of mid-40s, he has discovered his passion, and now he's totally into it. I had gone to his house just 2 weeks back. Now his mother says, and his wife and the children says he's busy. We don't get him. So he's so passionate. So I hope Haseeb today, I'm not extending due to time constraints. I have a lot. If I want, I can talk about him. I would like Haseeb to just tell them more than the technicalities of this photography session, which you will be covering. How you discovered your passion, how you discovered that you have this passion in you, how you were courageous enough to pursue that, and that too such a risky, which we all feel is such a risky passion which you have. So how you were courageous enough to do it, and how you now cope up with both your career and this, etc. That would be a very enlightening aspect of your talk today. If possible, you can just take 10 minutes at any time of this talk, and I hope this children here also can ask him questions about that. A photographer here, wildlife photographer, who discovered his passion late maybe in his middle age, and now is totally into it. Now talks nothing but wild photography. Friends, I'm very proud to present Haseeb. Why I talk so much is he's known to me. His family is known to me for quite a long time now. We are very fortunate to have him, and we are also proud as his former classmates. Okay, Haseeb. Sorry for the long
Thank you.
talk.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me just start with photography. Photography is but it is to capture light. See, you hear to your music, then you try to by heart it. Like photography is what they just do is to capture light. When I was a kid, I love to take photography, but my father used to say it is an expensive hobby. At that time, there was no digital cameras, no mobile phones. Everything has to be on and film and record it. But of late, I bought a camera. Then I had a beautiful mentor with me. He's an award-winning wildlife photographer with whom I travel quite a lot. So from there, I then picked up the passion for photography. So you may be asking, I just bought a camera and asked him, hey, Dilibetan, I have got a camera, what shall I do? He said, come with me. And then he took me a couple of days, quite early morning, into the fields around in Qatar. Then from that point, I became a partner. Wherever he goes, I also travels with him. My current job, I got a reasonable amount of holidays, around 30 days in a year. So I split sometime with the family, and I take 1 or 2 trips every year to the different parts of the world. So all the photographs what you see, except in which I am there, is taken by me. So what we will just go is that first we will have some fun time going through the photographs taken from different parts of the world. You can ask me any questions about it. Because see, every photo when it becomes interesting because there is a story behind it. So if you are having a photo, why you take a photo is basically you want to capture a moment, that story you want to capture it for lifelong. So the photos, if it is conveying some stories behind it, every time it becomes more interesting to everybody. So try to just think about when you're taking a photo that there is an interesting story to it. So that will always, you will remember, you will cherish that memory, and then others will also try to do it. What do you see in this photograph? Somebody can explain it, what it is. Please turn on the mic and then tell us what do you see in this picture.
Sir, a butterfly? Two butterflies. See,
2 butterflies, and have you noticed on that stem what is there? There are a lot of water droplets, tiny water droplets. It was in an early morning in a mist. We call this type of photo, we call it as macro photography. That means we so close to it, and really a magnifying glass, we take this photograph. So we get all the details of it. So I just started experimenting with it late. So just for your interest, because this is the technique what they use to take the eyes of the bee or an fly, they take it. So you get so close to it and you will get wonderful images to it. So just for your curiosity, I just showed one of the macro photographs. So let's get started. Are you ready? See, let us be friends throughout this journey. So I just put 2 great male adult lions. They are just teaming up. So how do you feel like? So we are all friends. We are all. So just stop me when you want. Any questions you want. This photo was taken from Botswana. So in a pride, there will be one alpha male and then there will be a few males. But they all team together with nearly 40-50 lions together, because some of these prides in Botswana are so big that they can even go and kill an elephant. Because at times in Botswana, there was severe drought and there was no other deers or anything down there. So these started killing elephants. So these are so powerful. So let us just go with the Simba team first. Have you ever thought about a lion without mane? These are big adult lions. Certain part of Africa, we can see these lions. They were called as, there were stories about man-eating lions, but this part of this Kenya, we can see the lions without manes, adult lions without manes. You're watching?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. How many foxes you can see in this picture? Please count.
The 3.
Okay, any other?
4. I can see 4.
Any other?
5.
Okay, there are actually 4 foxes. Can you see my cursor? One is here, the second one is here, the third one is here, and fourth one is here. There are 4 foxes waiting. So wherever the lion goes, along with that, foxes, hyenas, and all go behind them. So when the lions finish their kill, they may be getting some food out, scavenge out the food out of it. So one time when we were going into a safari in Kenya, so there was a kill, and then what happened was that we took the photographs of the kill, and then we were about to leave. Then our driver told, no, wait, because everybody who came in, there were a few cars who were also wanted to see the kill. They were waiting, and then he said, wait, now the action is going to happen. Once the lions finished that kill, it was a small animal. So once they finished that, then what happened was that the foxes start coming in. They want to steal the bones out of it. Then what happened was that there were eagles and vultures coming in. Vultures will always stay late, but eagles were coming in. They were actually stealing it from the foxes. So the real drama was all happening behind it. See, this is an hyena following an lion. Have you seen lions climbing trees? This is one. This is the fig tree pride in Kenya, Masai Mara. So most of the photos which I am showing here are from Masai Mara. Some are from Botswana. Some are from South Africa. So these are the main places which I normally go of recent. So this is a pride of which a few of the members actually climb the tree. This is a fig tree pride. A typical African where the prides will be there, the cubs will be playing, they are all getting trained. So the mothers will be watching and then they are playing, because this you can see the cubs are taking some hides and then they are playing with that. They're practically getting trained to become the next hunt. Lions do love water, so they want cool places. Like you, not like you, they sleep quite a lot. They only wake up when it is needed. Otherwise, they practically love to sleep. So you can see something sleeping and then they are going to it. Have you noticed on the face how much scars are there? See, these are all scars. They just got it from the fight. This is the Mary Daddy. This lions, they call it as Mary Daddy, the alpha male of that pride. He is basically going into number of fights. I've seen because there are photos with me. One of the eyes gone. They call it scary face, but they also love to play. But this play is basically for them to hone their hunting skills. This is an male and female. They were just because it is in a rain. I took this picture. There is a reason why I just showed it to you. This is another. This is from Botswana. Like your mom, the cubs are well taken care by their moms or their foster parents. So you see, these are very small cubs, hardly a few months, and then there is a big giraffe. So there is a hierarchy in the pride. The first, if there is a male, the male will eat. Then the alpha females, the leaders will come. Then the younger ones will come. So now the mom has brought the cubs for their turn to eat, and then they were waiting in. So you can see she is waiting with the cubs here till she finishes her meal, and then only they will come and start eating it. Sometimes they will all feed together, but normally there is an hierarchy on things. This is a lone mother. She was actually taking her cub along with her. She wants to keep her in safety, hide it somewhere before she wants to go to find food for them for a hunt. So she was actually it was towards evening, and then they were walking to keep her in a safe place before she wants to go and get some food. See, all the lions, cheetahs, leopards are all ambush predators. They actually wait, and then when the kill comes near to it, they suddenly jumps onto it to kill. So these grasses are always very much important for them, because otherwise they will become in quite open. They will go sit in a place against the wind, so that the smell will not be will not be felt for the animals that is coming by. And when they eat the grass and then come close towards the edge of the grass field where these tall grass are there, they grow, they jump, and then they take them out. So this is basically, again, he's just preparing for an hunt. They are teaming up, so they say that, okay, let's just go for a hunt. So here you can see the lions slowly moving in. I was explaining to you the grass. So you can see on the grass, you will not notice them. The two of them, which we saw earlier, they are just going in. And here where the cursor is, you can see animals. So they are just having the food. And then slowly what they do is that they come towards close to the edge of this grass. And that is the point where these jumps onto it. So early morning, it was around 6 o'clock. We know that they were hungry. They are going to hunt. And we were waiting nearly for an hour to get a shot for the hunt. So they were just at the edge. They were just keeping quiet, waiting for to come. And you can see suddenly it came in and it just bounced onto it to get it. This attempt was a failure. Normally, for a lion, the hunt success rate is quite low. So this was a failure. Suddenly what happened is that when we were waiting, some of our friends who was in another car suddenly came in, and that moment this wildebeest got alerted, and then it suddenly went back. Otherwise, it would have been dead. This is another kill. It was eating it. I just took a close-up of it. See, this is what they enjoy the most. Majority of the time of the day, they would love to sleep. So you see how they are sleeping in. And you will be asking how close you can go. So this is our friend's vehicle. They were just in front of us. So you can see this is a big male elephant, big male lion, how close he is standing in. These lions have the capability to kill elephants. This is from that Saudi pride. So you can just see how close we were while going in. You only have to be afraid of humans. Wild animals, it is their forests are their house. If you go into their house, just allow them to settle down. They get comfortable with you. See, the moment they are not feeling comfortable, they will actually show you the signs. Stay away, I'm not comfortable with you. So this is my first, because this is in South Africa. There are private safari farms where they take orphan lions and all, lion cubs and all, and then they rear them out. So this was taken from South Africa with from an orphanage like that. This is called lion safari. If you go to South Africa, you can go there and then go and take photos with them. I think now on lions I just finished. Any questions so far on any of the photographs, or do you want to see any of the photographs?
Sir, is there larger lions in the safari parks or only small ones?
No, there are big lions there. Because when they grow up, some of them they will not be able to release them to the wild because they have been human reared, so they will be in the safari parks. But not like the zoos what we have here. They have got plenty of spaces down there, and then they roam around.
So the photographs which you take it like with some security thing or something, or are you in the vehicle and then you take?
See, most of the safaris, when we go, we are in the vehicle. I will show you the vehicle in the coming photos, how we just go in. It is a sort of an open vehicle, because when you want to take photographs, you have to be in a real open vehicle. So we will be in real open vehicle, but the guides with whom we are going in, they are experienced, and then they know they are called the Masai Mara people from the Mara tribe. So earlier times, when you want to marry, they have to go to the jungle, kill a lion, bring the head, then only they will be able to marry it. They don't have the guns or anything. You see the knife, what is in his hand here. This is the only knife they will be having. They will be having another stick with them that is having an heavy mass at the end, which they used to throw like the boomerang. So these are the two weapons they carry.
Thank you, sir.
Have you heard about migration? One of the natural wonders of the world.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can somebody tell what it is?
Sir, it is when some animals move from one place to another to escape harsh weather or for other purposes.
Okay. One of the natural wonders is the migration that is happening in Africa. That is nearly more than 1 million wildebeest, zebras, and all. Actually, the wildebeest during February they give birth in Tanzania, and during June, July it is getting dry in Tanzania, and what they will do is that they will move to Kenya. The Masai Mara, which I have been mentioning it a few times earlier. So more than 1 million wildebeest, zebras, and all walk towards Masai Mara without any passport or visa. They can freely walk across the border. They comes into Kenya. They stays there till August, and then in August they will return back. So this is we want to get some photographs of the migration. So he was with us. So actually what happens is that in Masai Mara there are a few rivers that is called the Sand River, the Mara River, and all. So in the Natural Geographic, you might have seen crocodiles going and catching zebras and wildebeest. So this is happening actually in this place. So we actually wanted to see that, witness that. So I'll be showing. I've taken nearly thousands of photos on that, but I will be taking a few. So this is the wildebeest. That is the main one. If you read about them, these are animals which are actually from the moment they are born, within a few hours they will start running, and they will keep on running like this. So these are a few ones which they are coming in, so which I took. So this is actually the scene what you will see during migration. They are that energy what you see, nearly 10,000 of them or 5,000 of them just come to the Mara river and then they jump into the water. They want to cross. And this is the time crocodiles will wait, and then the weakest of them, they straight away take it and then drown them. And then they will start eating it. Crocodiles will not be having food for months. They will be waiting for this migration to happen. Normally, July is a period where the migration happens from Tanzania to Kenya, and August, September, the return migration happens. So a few photographs.
Sir, was this the same animal whom the lion was chasing?
Pardon me. Yeah, this is because I will come to it later when we are talking. I will come to it later. This is mainly the food for the lions, because cheetahs cannot, unless and until they team up, they will not be able to handle these big animals. So there are, I will show you some photographs. There are some groups in Kenya. They are called Tanabora. Recently, they have got 5 of them as teamed up, and they can knock down this big wildebeest. So these are, if you can see that energy, if you want to just be there, the energy that does, they just basically want to cross to the other side of the river where there is grass. So you see from where it is jumping down, it's nearly 5-10 meters, they just directly jump out. You see that? So they are just coming in, because those which I shown it was the Mara river. This is the sand river where you can see the zebras, wildebeest, all they just keeps on coming, and then because they will keep on accumulating at the river side, and one suddenly jumps in, and then this continues for half an hour to 1 hour, depending on the size of the herd what is there accumulated in. So the photo which I showed earlier, he was basically watching out whether they are moving towards which cross point they are going to cross it. They have got certain crossing points where they normally jump in. This guides knows very well. So he was just looking at from one of the highest points so that he can take us there to take these photographs up. So this is something on migration. So I got some photographs where the crocodiles, but I just didn't keep those photographs in today for this. Any questions on migration?
Sir, it is also the perfect time for hunting for lions too now. Lions
See,
also
what
will
they
be
do-
present in the bank.
What they do is that during this time, see, lions hunt throughout the year. They have to have food alternate days or once in 2 days or 3 days, depending on the size of their pride they hunt it. But they try to have the offsprings basically when the migration happens, when the food is in plenty. This is basically what the nature always does it. They have got proper planning. They know that when the food is coming in plenty, they can have rare more. So this is the nature's law that helps them out. So the lions, cheetahs, leopards, and all leopards throughout the year they will be having it. Lions normally what they do is that they will try to have the offsprings when the food is happening in.
So how is this photographs taken when all of them are running?
That is what I just told you. You have to, because I got one of my friend who actually only carries a mobile phone and he takes pictures onto it, and he gets amazing pictures. So you have to just learn it a little bit. It is an art, because I took my graduation in swimming through postal. Through the postal, I learned how to swim. Will you try that? How to swim in a river by a postal course. You have to practice. You have to practice, then only you will learn it. So normally what I do is that I take my camera, any opportunity I get, go with it, discuss with the friends, then learn. So that's it. Okay, this is an monitor lizard. This is taken in Qatar. It's nearly a 3 meter long. You can see it. This is a cat. This was taken from Africa. It is jumping on to catch food. This was a leopard actually walking in. It was walking towards our car, and I took it hardly 2 meters from my car. This is a Ruppel's fox, which we have seen in the very first photo which I showed to you. This is from Qatar. See, these are, as I just mentioned, that you take photographs which give stories. Actually, these are cheetahs. What they are trying to do is trying to mark their territory. They mark their territory, and then they guard their territory. They walk around daily to see that is there any intruders coming into their territory. So this is, they are marking the territory so that others knows that this belongs to some people. A baboon sitting high up watching it. So always baboons are there to give alarm calls. Like in Indian forest, there are monkeys which does the same thing. So like he sits up and then he gives an alarm call to any predators coming by. This was taken in Nagarhole. This is near Kabini. Actually, I went there and I was waiting there from 1 o'clock, and he was this tiger was sleeping, and I was telling that I just want to take a shot of it and then go. I've seen it, so I have to take a photograph of it. So my driver said, just wait. Within 2 hours, there will be a bus, a safari bus coming up. And what happens is that when the bus came, it was making so much noise, people inside it. It just raised his head, looked at it, know that it was the safari bus that is coming in. So it just gave me that pose, and then again it went into sleep. So you have to just, when you go into a forest, what you have to do is that you have to have all your senses, eyes, ears, smell, everything open. Then only you will be really able to enjoy nature. So a tiger, they are saying is that when you are in a forest, they might have seen you 100 times before you spot it once, because they keep track on how you move and all. But we make all the noises. We don't know how to go silently into a jungle, but they know with our movement, the noise and all, they know our presence very well, and then they try to avoid us. If they try to, as much as possible, not to come in front of us, but again we encroach into their homes. This is the Indian dog, wild dog called Dole. This is a barking deer. See, like us friends we meet, when we meet our friends, we used to greet them. In elephants also, the research says that they have got different methods how they meet friends. So if they are meeting after a long time, the way they greet, they keep the trunk on other. The studies are there which tells them these are they have not met for long. They are met after there is a new member in the family, and also you see how protective this mother is of the cub. She's always keeping it. Then they are meeting, and there's a new herd coming up, and then they are meeting it. So I have got so much photographs. This was taken from Botswana. Botswana is a beautiful country because in Botswana, poaching is not allowed. All the time when I went to forest, except Botswana is where I have seen the 4 or 5 caracas of dead elephants in the jungle. Everywhere other than it is taken up by something else. Because what I was told in this reserve, this is called Chobe, nearly 30,000 elephants are there. When they come, because there is no poaching or there is only natural predators, they actually leave there. They don't want to leave it. So this is from Chobe in Botswana. They are waiting for the food to come. This is the one which I was just mentioning about, the Tanabora. Actually, there were 5 of them. One has left this company and then he went and then he teamed up with somebody else. But these 4 are still hunting together. So normally cheetahs cannot take that big wildebeest. They go for smaller Thompson gazelles or something. But these 4 of them has teamed together well enough. They can go and hunt that big wildebeest and all. This was an afternoon after lunch. We were just coming out. Everybody was tired. Suddenly, the guide in the car said that, hey, look, there is something going to happen. We said at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it is hot, nothing is going to happen. Normally, the hunts take place in the cooler time because when they run, it becomes quite heat exhaustion happens. So, but this mom has got a cub, and then to feed that cub, definitely he is going to hunt quite frequently. So he was expecting. So we were just driving towards this. 500 meters away, he stopped the car. He said that he's looking at, he watched out. Another 500 on the back side, there was a herd of Thompson gazelle. So we said that, okay, because the mom, what it does is that it will go hunt and then bring the gazelle to the cub. So we were expecting, we said the driver, why you are speeding up? He was actually speeding up with the cheetah. Then he said that, wait. And then we had to literally hang on to the private. Have you ever traveled in a private bus? And in a jungle, he was literally driving like a private bus driver. In a flash of a second, we were there. Actually, you see that this Thompson gazelle mom was actually trying to protect this calf. It was the cheetah was actually aiming for the Thompson gazelle. It was actually in between this, and at the last moment, it knew that it was not able to save the calf, so it sprang away. So this was another. This was not the same one. It's a different one. It's a head-on shot which I just took for the Thompson gazelle with the cheetah. After the cheetah took the Thompson gazelle, the herd was actually looking at. So it was a very sad moment. And when I asked the guide, look, is it not a sad moment? Then the guide was telling us the cheetah had 3 cubs earlier. And what happened was that hyenas were around. They have killed in the last week 2 of its cubs. Now only 1 cub is remaining. So this is the law of nature. So a cheetah, even though it is quite powerful than an hyena, they actually try to control the number of the cheetahs so that everybody can live harmoniously. So this is actually the mother brought that calf half dead so that the cheetah gets the cub gets the training to kill. It gave the cub half dead so that it was actually scrambling the throat to kill it, to eat it. How many of them are start dreaming now, going into the forest? Are you enjoying?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are hippos and hippos. You should be very careful. We don't know when they charge. So you have to be very careful when you are with hippos as well as with buffaloes, wild buffaloes. So these are really protecting. Wild buffaloes, what they do is that they keep the calves in the center, then the mothers in the just outer ring, and then the males and the older ones is that outermost ring. So if anybody attacks, the first one goes dead, will be the weakest. They will try to protect the calves and the mothers. So, and then the ones on the outer ring are the bulls. They will always try to charge on you. So you have to be very careful when you are basically approaching an hippos or buffaloes. This was a snake. It was actually crossing the road. Then there's in the safari, and then we were able to take a photo of it. Tortoise. This is a sable antelope. Have you seen this anywhere before? I'm trying to show something which you have not seen before. So this is a sable antelope. This was from Botswana. This is another monkey, again from Botswana. No, this is from Kenya actually. Sorry. Okay, so now some of the photos of my animals have just finished. Any questions? Let's go into.
Sir, how does a lion eat an elephant? How does
Pardon
he
me?
kill an? How does a lion kill an elephant?
Lions kill an elephant like the other one. They try to go onto the head and then smash it. I'm not. I have to just ask next time when I go. I will definitely ask and then I will come back, because the babies they actually go and easily kill up, but in big ones uh, I will check it, because normally what they do is that the lion's kill happens during early morning or the night time, because the cooler times, daytime the hunt or the hunts will be very less.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Let me just take you to the ones which I like the most, the birds. So I'm just showing you some colorful birds. Have you seen this bird before? How many colors you can see on this? Isn't it beautiful? This was taken from Sri Lanka. Actually, this is seen in India also. It's a roller bird. This is a bee eater. Actually, this bird flies in the air higher. You can see similar bee eaters in Kerala. There are the green bee eaters, the green bee eaters and all we can see in Kerala. This is northern lapwing. This I have taken in Qatar. This flies all the way from Russia, basically to Africa, and on the way they just stops in Qatar. So we get for a couple of weeks they will just be in Qatar, and then they continue their journey. So I've taken in during one of the when they are stopped in Qatar. And short-eared owl. This bird is quite interesting. This is from the shrike family. They actually eat bigger. Even they eat. It's almost the size of a sparrow, but they will eat sparrows. How they eat is actually what they do is that they take it, and if you see in this photo, there are pricks on this tree. This is an acacia tree. There are pricks onto it. It goes and then it pricks the flesh onto it, and with the beak it tries to shear the meat into small chunks and then eat it. So here also this caterpillar, what it did was, it is a very big caterpillar. It actually pierced it onto this pricks, thorns, and then it tried to make it into small pieces and then it eat it. So that is the reason why I just showed that. This is the largest flying, in the sense, the heaviest flying bird. These are all in India and all, we had plenty of them, but people used to hunt, and then it has been almost extinct from India. A kingfisher with a fish. This is another roller. This is the national bird of Kenya or Tanzania, I'm not sure. So I'm showing some of the some in my collection. I have got nearly 500 birds. I have just taken photographs. So just sharing a few because of the time limitations. This is actually this is called Ceylon frogmouth, Sri Lankan frogmouth. People come to Tattekad specifically to photograph it because it is quite easily a photograph from Tattekad rather than going to Sri Lanka to take a picture of it. So this was taken from Tattekad. This is again one of the pictures that came in one of the local magazines. It's an owl, fish owl. These are this I taken it from Sikkim, the Sikkim tree creeper. This is an endangered species for our Western Ghats, the orange flycatcher. This is an oriole which I've taken it from Himalayas, Uttarakhand. All the pheasants families are quite beautiful. This is again a Kalich pheasant. These are nocturnal birds. They are called nightjars. You see how camouflaged they are. They actually stay in the dead leaves. Will you be able to identify? Because since I cropped it so close, you are able to identify. They just go sleeps daytime in the dead leaves. So camouflage. I think. Okay. Sorry.
Sir, but they look very awake in this picture.
Pardon me?
The nightjar looks very awake in this picture.
Yeah, but the eyes are closed. You see, the eyes are closed.
Oh, sir, I thought the eyes were like on the left.
No. These
the
eyes
right.
are closed. You see, the eyes are closed.
Oh,
I got with the eyes open also, just to.
sir, it makes the bird look so small. Those two dots on the beak.
This bird is almost bigger than a myna. This is again some owls, jungle owlets. This is a blue magpie. This is in a raining. I took it from Uttarakhand. This is a Shama bird. This bird has quite unique characteristic. When it goes to mate, actually it goes with a verb, give it to the mate to get attracted with her, and then only if she likes, then only they mate. This is the largest. This is called the Goliath Heron. So the largest heron in the world. Again from Kenya. This was from Mount Kenya. This bird, I've just taken the picture. This is Natash. Again from, this was taken, if I'm not wrong, Sikkim. This is Bali Pitta. Indian Pitta is also beautiful. I got pictures, but I didn't put it. This is Bali Pitta, an endangered species from Bali. Again from Bali, and Kingfisher, an endangered species. This is from Sikkim, and I got it from Chopta also. Barbets, you will see lot of barbets, not this one, similar white cheek barbets in our place. I think one of you, I think Clemmy, you have taken your intro outside the home, and you can hear a lot of background bird singing noise. And I heard the barbet sound at the background. I think Clemmy was actually, when her introduction,
sir.
she recorded it, you recorded it outside.
Yes, sir.
It's a green pigeon. This is a word slogan. This is from Bhutan. I took this picture. Tits actually, they depending on the weather, they decide how to make the nest. If the food is there, and then they also, if the food is plenty, then they will have larger number of eggs in the clutch. Otherwise, they reduce the number of eggs in the clutch. So if you research onto it, you will learn a lot about these tits.
So what is it holding exactly?
It is a caterpillar.
Okay.
Again, with a caterpillar. These are the ground hornbills. And you see it has got a beetle in its mouth, and it will toss to remove all the mud and all before it eats it. Again, this is owl. This is because this photograph, since I've just taken it a close up, I've been there looking for this many times. I couldn't find it, but with somebody who's trained, who knows it, they can easily spot it. There, I was told that when I looked on the tree, many times they will say that there were 4 of them sitting onto it. They are so camouflaged into the tree, blended, because daytime if they come out, crows, miners and all actually harass them. So they will try to be as camouflage in the hiding, so that they don't get attacked from crows, miners and other stuffs. This is from Sikkim. This is another hornbill. I think now the birds have finished. See, the best time to take photographs is early morning and late afternoon. So these are some photographs. I will just quickly go through it. If you have got any questions, ask me. You can see the sky, the beautiful sky in all these photographs. This is late evening. This we call it as a blue hour. Early morning and evening we call it as a golden hour. This is after the golden hour. We have got some blue hour when the sky is really blue. This is in Botswana. We were actually in. We'll see that this is from a wood. They carve it and then we go in. Wildscapes, beautiful. You can see elephants here. So we go so close to them to take photographs, very quiet, and then take photographs. But with the hippos, we will be very careful, because we don't know when they will start chasing it. So you see, people are going so close to the elephants. This is from Botswana. Again from Botswana. Yesterday we heard about Kilimanjaro. So the highest peak in Africa, second highest peak in Africa. This is Amboseli at the foothills on the Kenyan side of that Kilimanjaro. Again from Botswana. This is in Indonesia. This is one of the beautiful diving spots in the world, Rajambat. Beautiful sea lines. This is the color of water. You can see.
Sir, in the
Now
last,
I'm just.
sir, like 2 pictures. If you can move 2 pictures back. Yes, sir. It's like they're stepping stones for in the water. Like there'll be stepping stones for village. It's like
No,
that.
no, no, it is not. It is not stepping stones. These are called cucumbers, the sea
Okay, sir.
cucumbers, and
It
then
looks
they
like
just
stepping.
form. So it was low tide. That was the reason why they were exposed.
Okay, sir.
Uh, you heard about Milky Way. So because where you live, the lights are so high, you will not be able to see the Milky Way in the sky. So you go to places where there is very less light pollution, especially in Botswana and all in the jungles, we can literally see the stars and the Milky Way in the sky. This is the desert, the Milky Way in the background. Just took it. It was at 1 o'clock on the night. We went there and then took it. This is Bhutan and another beautiful place. This is Paru, the only airport in Bhutan. This is a Bover bird. Actually, it makes a bower on the ground and then it collects colorful things and keeps it there. Then it calls for its mate and the mate comes, it inspects the bower. If she is happy, then they will mate. And then she flies away and then she builds the nest somewhere on top of the tree. But the male actually does this, makes this bower and then do it. There are around 39 species of birds of paradise. If you have watched National Geographic and all, there are mention onto it. The first I heard about it from Sir David Attenborough. Then there were two gentlemen called Tim Lehman and Edwin Scholz. They took around 10 years researching, nearly 10 years researching onto it to photograph this 49 species of birds of paradise. So this is one among them. This is a black sicker bill. The black color they say is that one of the blackest material you can see in the nature. This bird has got a pole. This goes on the top of the pole and then it dances, and if it mates comes and then if she's happy, then only they mate. So you can see, sorry, that photograph I have not added it here. I got that photograph of it dancing, it actually covering it all over the head. See what happens in the islands around Indonesia is they become small islands and detached from the mainland. So there is very less cross. Uh, so the breeds actually be as pure, and then in the evolution of the things, they have not evolved much. So there was not much crossbreeding happened, and still they continue, because earlier time what they say is that the birds used to have their nest on the ground, and slowly because of the predators they started moving up. Earlier Krishnadas has told when he talked about music that folk is basically the base of all music. No, nature, all the birds and animals, what they make the noises, that is actually, I will say, is the base of all music. Humans try to mimic it and then slowly they made it into some sort of folk songs and all. So I will say all these are from nature, the sounds what it is there. This is a magnificent bird of paradise. One of this, I've taken around 7 of these birds. I'll just go a little bit detail on this magnificent bird of paradise. It actually cleans an area around 3 meter by 3 meter on the ground. If you go by, there will be no dead leaves or fallen leaves on that area. It makes it so clean so that it calls for its mate. The mate comes, it actually displays it in front of the mate, and she inspects thoroughly, and if she is happy, then only they mate. So these are some of the most unique species of birds on earth. So let me just go to the next slides. So can you just imagine that that bird what we saw earlier transformed into this shape within a flash of a second. So this is the bird what you are seeing, and it has just transformed into this shape in a flash of a second. Because when the mate came, she wanted to actually display it, and then the female looks thoroughly onto it, and she is really happy. Then only they will mate. So this is another transformation of it. So this is another view of what it is seeing if it is sitting up. And this is the female. Females are not as colorful as the male ones. The male ones has got beautiful feathers, the beautiful colored feathers, and this is what she is. So when we were there, what we did was that we took a few of the dead leaves and then kept it around. And then the first thing we went quite early before the male comes in, we sat there very quiet. And when she came, she inspected the area. She cleaned the whole area, removed all dead leaves and all. So if the mate comes and if he is not happy, we have seen that it went up the tree and then dropped down all the dead leaves from it and then clean the whole area, so that next time when it comes, when it is displaying in front of the mate, she can totally see that in the full bloom, and then they mate. So this is another bird of paradise. This is the Wilson's bird of paradise. This I have taken it from the eastern side. It's called the Afrek Mountains. Okay, this is that beautiful rainforest which we went there to take the birds of paradise. You can see the damage already has happened. The trees that has been fallen down, they are basically making roads to mine the limestone from there. So this is the bow and arrow which these people, this gentleman who is sitting in the center, he is called Zaid Wonger. David Attenborough, when he heard about the birds of paradise, because the birds of paradise feather was there in the crown of Dutch, the Queen of Dutch. If you see the crown weared by the Queen of Dutch, she had very beautiful feathers on her crown, and then it was basically from the birds of paradise. So David Attenborough, when he was young, he wanted to actually go and see those birds. And then he went to actually Indonesia, this place, the Papua New Guinea. And when he went with the chopper, landed down there, he met the people. He said that, go up the hill. There is this gentleman, Zaid Wonger. He will be able to show you all this. What was told was that he trekked for days on horses and mules up the hill. And finally he went in. He greeted him in his drawing room, and the whole room was decorated with the beautiful feathers of the birds of paradise, because they used to hunt it, and that is what they used to decorate the houses with. After David Attenborough left, he became one of the biggest conservationists in that area. So if anybody is trying to hunt anything on the birds of paradise, he is very much behind it, not to do it. And that is how he becomes one of the biggest conservationists. So for me, the way the transformation happened in seeing, talking to somebody, and then knowing the importance of what these birds of paradise does to the nature, the importance of this, because birds of paradise, they take care of you might be knowing that how the seeds have been pollinated and all. So they have got a very significant role in that. And then when he was made aware of, educated about all those, that is how he became a big nature conservationist. This is how we used to stay when we go to Papua New Guinea. This is their kitchen. We have got a similar, just with tarpaulin, we just cover it and then we sleep around. This is actually what humans are doing it, because in one of these trees there was a leopard hiding in, and then you can see the people going around with their vehicles to look for it, and then the whole grass has all been gone in that area. So I just took it just to show that how much we as humans are causing damage to the plains. I mentioned about Chobe. This is from Chobe. You can see thousands of elephants, hundreds of elephants in this picture. Another species, wild dogs. They are very skilled hunters. Their efficiency rates are quite high, 80% or more. If they decide, if they target on, they will make sure that it is successful. Another species which hardly now, that 425 square kilometers in Mara, hardly 60 are remaining. The remaining all has been taken out by humans. This is one of the trips. I saw a mom and a calf. So the moment they saw us, they were trying to run away from us. That fear in that eyes was really, really, really there. So I really felt so sad to see that picture. This is the Bali Miner. The story behind it is, in the wild, the numbers has dropped down to single digits. From there, conservation activities started. Now they have gone into 3-digit numbers, not even cross 3 digits. So there are on one side, humans does lot of harm. They are also trying to. So this is basically a tagged one. You can see the tag on the legs. So that's about conservation. So this is the kitchen, makeshift kitchen. This sort of bed we used to sleep when we were in Papua New Guinea. And they come with all these things wherever we stay. So this is me standing. So you can see that by 5 o'clock, no light. We have to sleep. Early morning, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, we wake up. With the torchlight, we go, stay where the birds of paradise will come, and then prepare its area for calling its mate. Stay there quiet for 1 hour with the mosquito bites and all. And then this is what the passion to know nature will drive you. So this is where we used to stay in Botswana. These are the camps. 6 of us were there. We had 4 tents, 3 tents, 2 are sleeping, and then you can see the bathroom and all what it is. This is the vehicle where we used to travel. So it is an open jeep. We sit. We have got 2 of these jeeps, and then in one jeep there will be a cook. This is our dining table. This is the kitchen what we have, and then in this just next to it, wild elephants, hyenas, all actually move around. The night we were told, if you want to come out, use the torch, look for any red-eyed, then don't come out. Awaken your mate, then only you come out if you want to come out also for anything. So this is the moment we leave this, these guys has to take a picture and has to make sure this is as good as it was there before we actually camped it. Nothing will be left, no food, no littering around. They were very particular about when we go. But if you see, for us, when we go into a jungle, we throw all sort of garbages in the jungle. Okay. So this is during a night. What we did was that, have you heard about star trail? So what happens is that if you keep your camera open for 30 seconds, pointing to the north, you will see all the stars moving around. So this is basically the trail of the stars that is moving around. So you keep the camera open for quite long, and then you will get such a picture. These are actually the stars in the sky that moves related to the rotation of the Earth. This is Himalayas. just before COVID, February. Is this a real butterfly or a dead one? And what is the white all around?
Snow.
Sir, it's a real life one and it snows all around.
Yeah, it is snow. And actually, we were going to see this beautiful bird. This is called the Himalayan Monarch. You see the color of it. So vibrant color. We were actually going in. We were trekking through ice for 7 kilometers. From morning 7 o'clock we started. We reached there by around 12 o'clock to get a picture of this bird. Because of snow, it was actually hiding inside the tree. So this was a picture we could take it. Normally, people has got beautiful on the open this bird. This is called the Himalayan Monarch. Actually, I went to Bhutan to get a picture of this. In my Bhutan trip also, I was not able to get a picture of it. I was in Bhutan for 15 days. I actually finally found one in a Paru in one of the zoos, because the guide, he said that, sir, you came all the way, you wanted to see it, we will show you once. And he showed me, but I didn't take a picture of that. Then I went again to Himalayas to get a glimpse of it. So this was a picture. So you just imagine that how much patience you should have to see this in the wild, in the real beauty. This is a leopard. Again, I took it from Botswana at around 11 o'clock. We were passing by, and other driver who was coming against us said that this leopard has entered into a bush. So we just said that, okay, it's 11 o'clock. Let us just stay there till it comes back. Around 50 odd cars came. They tried to get this out of the bush. It never came out. At evening 4 o'clock, it said that it is time for me to come out. Then it came out, it sat, it gave us enough shots, and we were quite happy for the weight what we had to get. I just only posted one photograph of it here. So this is the gentleman with whom we normally go. I normally go. This is Dilip, with whom I normally go with.
Sir, how many countries have you visited overall?
Mine is around 30, 20 plus, nearly 30.
Your main purpose is only photographing, right? No other business? Only for
I
photographing.
enjoy nature. I go to nature. That is what I do. I carry my camera along with me.
So other than camera, do you take your family also?
Sometimes if I go for a longer trip, they may not enjoy it. So then they don't come. If it is a shorter trip, they used to join me. When I went to Bhutan, then to Papua New Guinea and all, the second trip, the time to Papua New Guinea, they joined me. So this is the rainforest. So this was a picture I was asking it what it is. So I just a closer view of it. Now, any more guesses you have?
Sir, litter.
All litter. Okay.
Just
Is it some kind of like habitat?
camp.
No. Okay. I spoke to you regarding the Bover Bird. This is called Vogelkopf's Bover Bird. You just go to Google or
Sir, it's
YouTube and
Bover
search for
Bird's
it.
nest. The Bover Bird's Bover. It's for mating.
It's a bower. So this is the bird. This is one of the greatest mimics. We were just clicking. After some time, it started making the noise of our camera shutter. It can mimic anything and anything around if it listens to it. So this, it builds over a few years, and then they collects all colorful things in the forest and brings it and keeps it there.
Sir, so it collected all the rubbish because it thought it was colorful.
Yes. So these were the strings which we were using, people were using to make some makeshift camps, the Pepsi cans, There were flowers also. They brought flowers. So these all they just collected it and then kept it just to attract the mate. Actually, it can go inside this also. This the bird actually goes in, and the size of the bird is slightly bigger than a sparrow. What you see.
That's so basically littered around its.
No, it
literally-
is keeping it. It is keeping it. If the female comes, if it is happy, then only they mate. So she comes, she looks around, she feels quite impressed with the colors what he has gathered and kept it. Then only she will, they will mate.
Sir,
It is called Vogelkopf's Bowerbird.
like any official will come. If any forest conservation person comes, they will first spot
No,
it
no,
in the
no, no, no.
final.
I told you that Zayt Wonger and all, they take days to actually found out these Bowerbirds, and in a short span there are other Bovers also for these birds. So if the female comes, if she is not impressed, she will go to the next one. This is how the cheetahs or lions actually wait, and you see that the wildebeest passing by. So the question was, is wildfires good or bad? Actually, what is going to happen is that when these wildfires are happening, there will be that short stubs. Have you seen the paws of your little cats or dogs at home? So soft for this. And if they actually run through this, what is going to happen is that their paws get hurt and they will no longer be able to hunt. So wildfires, what is happening is that you just say that, okay, the big animals can run away from there, but this wildfires, even though if it is a controlled one, if the animals has to cross it, they actually will not be able to move, their paws will get hurt. If you are walking without a bare shoe on a soil, what is going to happen? You will feel hurt, because these animals for hunting, they have to go so quiet, and their paws are made for that. And then when you burn it, the short stubs which is there, that will really hurt, and then they will not be able to. And the moment they are gone, the food chain is broken. You know the food chain. So the predator and the food chain is broken, means the whole food chain is broken. The grass is already grown, but you say that, okay, the grass can come up in a few days. But what will happen is that if a cheetah is not able to hunt for few days, it will die starving. So that was the reason why you have to think about what all cycles it is get connected. You just said that, okay, there is more nutrition and then plants can grow. This is zebra, real zebra. This is called gravy zebra. This is in some part of Africa, it is there. Similarly, giraffes are also there. Its patterns are totally different from the other giraffes. So this was taken from Samburu. There are a few species there, very unique in that part. The gravy zebra, then grivek, that is a very long-necked antelope is there. Not as long as the zebras, but it has got a very long. Then the zebras down there the patterns are totally different. I just want to ask Clemmy, Aradi and Megha, who wanted to know more about photography. I just want to hear from them about today's presentation.
Sir, I really loved the session because I was interested in photography, and also when I saw the photos of different the lions and all in different positions and expressions, and when you told about why they are standing like this and all, I really like that. I really like that, and also the different pictures of birds and all. I really loved it. I actually got more interested. I didn't know that you can go to that close of an animal, like a wild animal, and like you can take a picture and all. So I really found it very interesting, and I would also like to do that.
Thank you, Ardi. Don't just scared with the photos I showed about Botswana and Papua New Guinea, Kenya and all, because it is quite friendly for the tourists. They have made it quite easy for. So you have got good accommodations, good places to go and all. So it is more of tourism is quite popular in there. But Bhutan, Botswana and all, they don't allow, they want to keep that pristine nature as it is there. So Bhutan, in the constitution, they said that more than 70% of the land will still be forest. So that is a place like that. Can you imagine that? So that's the reason why if you go down there, you may have to go with the passion, what you are after. But if you want to really see what nature is, Kenya, other places all around, you can just go and then get to it.
Okay, sir. Thank you,
And
sir.
and everything, if you have got a friend also, you have to give some time for them to understand you and feel them comfortable before you approach it. So that rule applies everywhere. So if you are in the wild also, just don't make very hasty moves. Allow them to calm down, understand what you are, and then you can approach them. They will also feel free.
Yes, sir.
Megha or anybody else wants to share something? Because I just picked these names because when I looked at your profiles, you said that you wanted photography, you're passionate about it. That's the reason why.
Sir, I really enjoyed your session. Actually, halfway through the session, my sister was also sitting beside. My younger sister, and she was looking at all the photos and she was really fascinated. So and then also one thing, instead of going through just the photos, you also explained about the animal and all the features and details. So I really appreciate that. Yeah, sir, I had a question. Could I ask that?
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. So what I want to ask was, so when you go to photographer and when you go near animals to take photos, do you ever get nervous? Like you told about that hippo that it can charge into people and all. So I was asking, do you get ever nervous when you go to take photos of animals?
See, it all depends upon. There were instances where we were really in the thick of things, but the guide with whom we go, they know it very well. They are the masters of the trade. They are masters of the trade, so they actually guide us through. Actually, when in Botswana, we were in the middle of a big herd, nearly 500 odd elephants around, and then one was a little bit naughty, was charging towards us. But it was the nick of the time. The guide was there. I have got some videos. If you want, I can just share it. The scary face of our friends who are with us in the car. But normally, no. Normally, no. We actually go in and then we never had, because so much places I've been traveling it, I never had such experience scary. You always has to go into the nature with your eyes, ears, nose all open. Then you will really feel it, because people go with all these clothes. That is where then you are not understanding it. You can learn a lot from nature.